Ladies and gentlemen, this is Made Different. I'm your host, MD. This is a show that adds a different perspective on dating and memes. I'm up here. It's Friday, cooking a little breakfast, trying to get something to eat. We're going to talk about this subject that it's an age-old classic. We just call it a different name now. It's called Bluffing. That's right. Bluffing, or formerly known as lying. Because it's the same thing. It's the same shit. Bluffing, lying, it's all the same shit. Alright, so let me tell you why I'm discussing bluffing. It's because, these days recently, technology has made it so easy for people to bluff. Like, technology has made it convenient for people who don't like confrontation to bluff. Very easy. So let me explain what bluffing is if people don't know, all right? Bluffing. Here's the definition of a bluff. A false threat or claim intended to deceive someone. A false threat or claim intended to deceive. Intended to deceive. Here we go. Bluffing is being deceitful. Right? I mean, that's what it sounds like to me. And people can come up with any kind of excuse they want on why they bluff. A bluff is a bluff. A bluff is a bluff. And there's always an excuse for a bluff. These are the people that, where it's hard to be straight up with, It's like bluffing and taking on a whole new shape in 2020. In these last few years. I mean, come on, man. Bluffing, ghosting. I mean, it's all these terms developed. They didn't just come out of nowhere. All these terms came because of the bullshit that people be doing. Now, I'm speaking on it from a guy's perspective, but I got female friends too, so I know it happens to ladies also. I mean, I even got one girl who thinks I be bluffing her all the time, which I don't be bluffing. I don't be bluffing. Okay, I bluff people too. I've bluffed people too, but here's the thing about it. We've all done it. It's really shitty, man, and I try my hardest not to bluff somebody. Like, if I don't want to do something, I'll just say I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is no... Like, what I don't do, though, I don't agree to make plans and then not show up, not talk to the person, not do that all day. You will never, ever, ever catch me doing that. That's a complete waste of somebody's time. Now, I may say I'll think about it and just never talk to you, or, I'll give you the possibly answer. Because sometimes, it is possible, But, I mean, that's life. One day, Monday, I may feel like doing something. Friday, I may not, or depending on our connection, I may not want to just jump right out there and, say we going to this big lavish, dinner just because you're willing to go out with me. Now, I got to get to know you. I really got to get to know you before I start saying what I'm going to do and going to all these different places. That's why people get bluffed. Now, here's the thing about it. People will make plans with you, but the plans are definitive to you, but they're tentative to them. So, you like, I asked her to go to the concert with me Friday night. She said she gonna go. I'm gonna get these tickets. She's thinking, all right, I'm gonna go to this concert, but if other plans come along that are better than this, I'm going to take those plans. And that's how it is these days. People are always waiting for the next best thing. Oh, man. Like, you know what? That was a good option, but I really, really want to do this. So I'm just going to say fuck him and go do this, or fuck her, I'm gonna go do this. It ain't right. Why make the plans if you're just gonna look for a better option anyway? It makes no sense. I mean, ghosting's like the same thing. You know, stop responding to your messages. And that's what people do. They bluff while ghosting. And this is the problem with people that bluff while ghosting. You can't trust them. So you might be thinking, you know, and a lot of times, at least the times I'll find out, is women will try to like sell it as though like they're really, like I'll see them posted online, you know, oh, they'll post the best, most encouraging memes ever. You know, they'll make statements ever like, you know, I want to be treated this way, and I would need a man, I need a real man that makes plans. And not just want to Netflix and chill. Here's why guys Netflix and chill. Because it's more solid. You ain't got to worry about spending money to make plans if you Netflix and chilling. Get Disney and D. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about it. Because what's the need of making plans? You know what I'm saying? If you want my company, you want to be around my company, but that's the thing. But then also to also give another side to the bluffing, you gotta have you gotta have great rapport build up with whoever you're talking to. You know what I'm saying? It's gotta be, and sometimes even great rapport won't do it. You know what I mean? Sometimes great rapport they'll still bluff you. You know? Because it just depends. People's anxiety, you know, people keep talking about, I got anxiety. I had one girl tell me that she didn't think she looked good enough to meet up with me. She was scared to meet me because of how I thought she might look. I already was attracted to her. I mean, people just come up with anything, you know what I'm saying? And if that's your anxiety telling you, because I can't brush it off because I don't know for sure. But she's saying like that was her anxiety and she really wanted to meet me, but she kept blowing me off because she didn't think that I would like her once I met her in person. So what we gonna do? What we gonna just text forever? FaceTime I mean, we FaceTime before. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, so what we gonna do? We gonna text forever? We gonna FaceTime forever? That's what I'm saying. Like 2020, this is the year you gotta put up or shut up, man. Look, we're not texting forever. I'm not texting you forever. I'm done with that. I've done that before too, where we get into this, like I said on the previous episode, textation shit, but you never see him. To where I don't even ask them to hang out. Like I just be texting them, see what's going on, because there's always some kind of, you know what I mean, some type of excuse. And the excuse category is a little bit better than bluffing, but it's still bad. So I'm not texting you forever in 2020. You either putting up or we not talking no more. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it. You know, you might feel like you getting what you need out of the text relationship, but if I go to meet up with you and you don't show up, that's it. Kinda. Kinda. Now we'll tell you like this: if you come to meet me and you don't, for some reason you bluff, okay, I'll take that into consideration going forward. Now, I may have time to keep texting you, stringing you along, because eventually, if you do meet me, it's over for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you meet me, because I already know what's going to happen. All I need to do is get a little time with you. Once I get time with you, and anybody should think this way, once I get time with you, it's a wrap. I mean, you're going to want then more time with me. So I'm going to get you and do what I need to do, and then you're cut off. There is no, you know what I mean, because of how you treated me previously. Like, when you bluff, you open yourself up to get dogged out. And while a lot of times I've heard people say, well, women bluff to test men and all that, you can test men all you want. And I don't know if there's any truth to that, but it kind of makes sense why a woman would want to see how a man reacts to a bluff. I mean, you certainly can test a man. I wouldn't recommend testing a man in that manner, because then you're going to get dogged out, straight up. If you have been anything less than straight up with a dude, you open yourself for the potential to get dogged out. If you out here lying and making up excuses and stuff like that, and then thinking that the dude is supposed to just treat you like a queen just because you're a woman, no, that's not going to happen. We don't do that. That don't happen. So being scared is still not an excuse. Testing you is not an excuse. Bluffing just means you're not real. If you can't tell me straight up, no, I don't want to do that, or I'm not interested, then you're not real. Now, I do know that there's situations where women tell men, look, I'm not interested, and that be that. And then the men flip out or start doing shit, doing dumb shit. Okay, but you've done your job as a woman to tell them. You've done your job as a woman to tell them, look, I'm not interested. Now, what they do beyond that is out of your control. But I feel like it's worse if you bluff and then keep leading them on, as opposed to just telling them. You may have to deal with some confrontation right then, but I mean, normally it'll fade out unless it's some psychopath, in which case you're better off that you did it anyway. There's no need to just keep leading people on. It just makes things worse. You're wasting your own time. There's no need to do it if you're not interested. I mean, we shouldn't be playing these mental games. That's what's wrong with dating, because people are getting this idea from TV and movies that things are supposed to be a certain way, and they're not. It's like, well, I gotta do this in order for him to do this so we can connect, but then, it's gonna be this beautiful love story. No. The reality is, especially a real man, we ain't got time for this. Like, and there's plenty of women out there. You know what I'm saying? Plenty of women. For women, there's plenty of men out there. We ain't got time for the foolishness, man. On the flip, though, sometimes you got to know what people's intentions are. Because, there's women who you might want to deal with, but then you kind of can tell, like, they just kind of reaching for anything that they can get an attachment to. Any guy that gives them time, now they're in a relationship, or, you know what I'm saying? And that's not right. Those kind of women, either they have self-esteem problems, or maybe they're just like, I don't know, they just are needy. They need the attachment. Some women I know, they can't be alone. I can't be without somebody. I just gone from relationship to relationship to relationship. I had a girl tell me she went from relationship to relationship to relationship, and that she was better at relationships than I was because she had so many long-term relationships. I'm like, but they all failed. You're not married. Well, you married, but now you basically separated. So you still failed. So just because you've been with somebody 4 years and you broke up, that don't mean you know more about relationships than I do. I'm just smart enough not to drag this shit out. I'm not going to drag. And that's another thing about me. I don't drag things out. So, and that's what bluffing does. Bluffing is like you dragging out communication, because now you still kind of like, especially if you talk to them after you bluff. Now, if you bluff somebody, never talk to them again, then I won't say I respect that, but I can understand that more than bluffing, but then still wanting to talk to the person. There's no way you can bluff somebody and still want to keep talking to them, because you done opened yourself up to get mistreated. I promise you, if you bluff me, I'm mistreating you the second I get some time from you. So either you better never give me the time, or you better not bluff, because I'm mistreating the shit out of you. And that's just real talk. And I know it's other guys that feel the same way. So we got text messages, we got computer, emails, phone calls, all these different ways now people can bluff. Oh, my phone went dead. I couldn't talk. Bluff. Oh, the text didn't go through. Bluff. Oh, I tried to call you back, but the line was busy. Bluff. It went straight to voicemail. Bluff. I didn't even see you call me. Bluff. Because people, if you really wanted to do the plans, you would make an attempt to reach out. It's all these people just sitting back, I'm just waiting for a call from you first. I'm waiting to hear from you first before I go out. I mean, everybody entitled these days? Like, this shit is ridiculous, man. And we need to get a hold on it, 2020. If we don't get a hold on it, people just gonna keep thinking they can get away with it. It's like people ain't punishing people for bluffing. I'm punishing your ass. Now, you may still bluff the next one after me, but I'm still gonna make sure I get my just dues. You ain't gonna mistreat me like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. You gotta value yourself. Now, some people will say, well, if you get bluffed, just move on and forget about it. I can't forget about it. Now you done wasted my time. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. So now I'm gonna have to do my smoothest to dog you over. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it's gonna go, man. Real talk. Nobody wants to put up with being bluffed or being undervalued. Or I'll see them all the time. Yeah, let's go out Friday, and then Friday come, you don't hear from them, but then you see posts where they out, drinking and doing all this. I'm like, so you really rather go get drunk in the club to hang out with me? And you've been talking to me literally every day, all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Then people will tell you, well, you shouldn't be talking to people every day, all day. I mean, but if you're communicating, you're communicating. It's just all these mental games you got to play. Well, I don't want to seem like I like them too much, or, I need to hold back, or, and at least bare minimum. If somebody says, look, man, we had these plans, but I don't feel like doing it tonight, I'm going to go do this, I can respect that. Me, I'd rather hear that, to be honest with you. I'd rather hear something like that. I won't even fuss. I'll be like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Because I may not even have wanted to anyway. The point is, you know what I'm saying? Like, because we have long weeks, and sometimes your mind changes. You want to do different things, and you can't be mad at that. But say something. Don't just leave people hanging just because you don't want the confrontation. Say something. So you really should only allow yourself 2, maybe 3, depending on the situation, bluffs. Forgiveness bluffs. The ones where you decide that, hey, look, I understand what happened, you bluffed me, blah, blah. Let's set this up again. Because sometimes things do happen. I mean, terrible things happen sometimes, and things you cannot control. So, yeah, the bluffing, yeah. It's real. And sometimes things don't happen. Sometimes things get fabricated. So you really need to know what you're dealing with, know your rapport with that person. Don't allow yourself to get taken advantage of and be stupid. Don't be stupid. So that's why I try to come up with methods to at least cut down on the bluffing. I try to come up with ways to at least try to finesse it so either you there or somehow I'm not wasting my time pre-purchasing anything before the bluff. You know what I'm saying? I try to make it as simple as that. Because it's rough out here. People will waste your time and think nothing of it. And you got to protect yourself. It's like a mental condom. You got to protect yourself. Seriously. You know what I mean? You gotta just wrap it up. Because it's crazy, man. That people will only allow to do what you allow. People will only do what you allow. And that's real. So if you allow them to take advantage of you, treat you like shit, that's what they're gonna do. And those be the same ones on a campaign preaching that either they're mistreated by men or, they're the best woman ever. You know what I'm saying? They're queens. You should bow down to them. They know how to treat a man, etc., etc. Those be the worst ones ever. Those be the main ones that's phony. The ones that need to really sell it like they're some God's gift. They're the ones that you got to watch out for. They're the ones you got to scrutinize harder. Because they out here trying to sell it as there's something they're not. Because if a real woman would never do anything like that. So you already know that they're lying. That's why they getting done dirty. Because they out here being grimy. So they deserve all what they get. Men, women. If a man does it, he deserves the shit too. Look, I do not discriminate. You know what I'm saying? At all. But, I'm mostly telling it from my side because I'm a man. But I don't discriminate. If a dude's out here lying to you and playing these mental games and shit, you have every right to try to play him. You know what I'm saying? You got every right to try to get what you can get and get ghosts. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Don't let people mistreat you. And that's what bluffing is. The easy way for somebody to try to take control of you, control the outcome, and not give you the respect you need. Alright, so that's my time. I'm going to end the bluffing like that. Alright? So tune in next time where I have another topic for you. I'm going to probably do the next one based off a meme. Alright, so make sure you share, subscribe. I really want to get these guests on here soon, to make it more interesting. So I'm going to try to, because my schedule is more free now, I'm going to try to link up with people so we can come in on a few more topics and, get other points of view around. So it's going to be great. I'm trying to make it more entertaining. Definitely share, subscribe. Appreciate all your support. Any feedback, I can use feedback because right now I'm just basically in here talking shit. So I'll take any feedback, but I appreciate the ones that have given me feedback, taking it all into consideration, made different podcasts. Thank you again, and peace.